It's been a minute since I've been up here. And the reason is, 4 months ago, my wife and I welcomed our first child into the world. Hey, I wouldn't cheer too much. You don't know him like I do. You just don't. And I get it. I know what you're thinking. I don't look like a dad, right? I look like a creatine pill that came to life at a Fall Out Boy concert. Right? I don't look like a dad. I look like a guy that, a 10-year-old pays to beat up his mom's new boyfriend. The only type of dad I would be is a guy that hits on a girl at a bar, and the son that I have is just a stretch of highway that I adopted. Right? But I am. And here's the frustrating part about being a dad. Like, they prepare you, but they don't tell you. They prepare you, but they don't tell you like the actual struggles that you have with an infant, right? Because time slows down. Like I remember we were going in, my wife's having contractions. I'm like, I'm going to meet the thing that changes my life more than anything outside of Tom Brady. Come back, Tommy. And you remember all the little details, right? All the little people that you meet on the way in, right? Even just like the inconspicuous characters, right? I remember on our way into the hospital, my wife's she's in a wheelchair, and we go by another homeless guy in a wheelchair, and he's smoking out of his leg stump like they do. Remember these moments. I know some people clench up when I say homeless, because you can't say that anymore. But then I have to go back to calling them veterans, like what's on their little signs. And I'm just not sure that's any better. Right? They don't tell you all of the things, right? They tell you about the dirty diapers. They don't tell you how those dirty diapers come to be, right? Because infants, they got sphincters like Patrick Mahomes. Right? They shoot that thing out. My little guy, man, he could Rorschach paint a barn from a quarter mile away. They don't tell you these things about infants. They don't tell you about the Mora effect. You guys know what the Mora effect is? It's when they're sleeping and they just come back to life like a homeless/veteran. Right? And ours got like really bad because he'd like come back to life and then he'd start screaming in the middle of the night. We had to call the pediatrician. And they're like, oh, don't worry about that. Sometimes infants, they have nightmares. Like nightmares. He knows 4 people. 2 of them are boobs, okay? Nightmares? Get out of here with that. They also don't tell you like about the weird things that go on like, during birth. We did a placenta encapsulation. Have you guys done the old placenta encapsulation? Huh. Well, you guys are in for as much of a treat as I was, right? So back in the day, people used to just, they give birth, boom, and then the second thing comes out, right? That's the placenta. They used to just raw dog that thing. Eat it raw. Right? But we're sophisticated people. We live in a society with 5G internet. Right? So now you can send it to a lady who George Foreman grills it and then just dehydrates it and puts it in pills. Right, yeah. But here's the thing. It works. Right? Because it helps with postpartum depression. Right? This is like Viagra, but for your feelings. Your emotional feelings, guys, not your physical ones. They'll tell you that. They also don't tell you like how to raise the kid, because like my son and I, we're gonna grow up different, right? I grew up poor. Anybody else grow up poor? Yeah, that's right. Be ashamed to admit it. Guys, like when you're from my side of the trailer park, you go up like actually poor. Like I have a Kid Rock tattoo. Even my decisions are poor. Okay, it's a yacht with a flag saying chillin' the most. And if you can complete the lyric, you're still poor. Man, the best part about being poor was the day you found out, right? This is not something your parents tell you. It's like a Jedi's journey. And like a Jedi, we do light up crystals in the poor community. Just not Kyber ones. Right, the day I found out I was poor was the day I found out margaritas don't include the ingredients of Listerine and Sprite. Right, it's triple sec, Listerine, and Sprite. I know I was in trouble because like even the town that I grew up in was poor. You could tell the poor towns by like the logos or the mascots that they have when you drive into them, right? You grew up in one of those like fancy ones, like Nevada. When you drive in, you're like, Nevada, great place to call home. Great place to build your family. You drive to my town, Colo. The birthplace of unpaid child support, right? Just look at the logos too, right? They're the Cubs, right? Colo's mascot was just my Uncle Kenny. Right? He had a neck brace on from a frivolous lawsuit. He was it's like the old school model, right? They didn't fake the moon landing, brother. They faked the moon. All right, guys, thank you for your time. I've been Justice Fate.